And so, mon chéri, we can do away with the dull preliminaries. We can spend the rest of our lives making love. We shall flee to Capri.
So today we start actually traveling properly. We're gonna make our way down towards Busan. We have to be in Busan by Friday at the latest. Just so we can catch a flight over to Jeju, spend a week in Jeju, exploring the islands, so we'll see what happens then.
After 6 nights in Seoul, we were heading out into the countryside to Gapyeong. After that, we were going to take a bus down to the ancient city of Gyeongju before heading down to Busan and then over to Jeju Island. Finally, from Jeju, we would head back to Seoul. Thanks to Korea's train network, we could pretty much get a train directly to Gapyeong in about 2 hours, although it seemed like everybody decided they wanted to come with us.
It's like being in a sardine can. The longer thing is a tower that's holding everybody.
Thankfully, about 10 minutes before we arrived, it began to thin out and we were actually able to have a seat.
This is where we arrived. It's absolutely amazing. There's mountains everywhere. Onward to the guest house.
Although Korean cab drivers seem to suffer from some form of visual impairment that prohibits them from seeing any bloody thing on the road, we did manage to find the guest house in about 10 minutes. Okay, so day 8. We got to the hostel last night and instead of doing anything we just went and got coffee and went straight to bed. Beds were not the greatest, not the most comfortable. Very hard, so very rough night's sleep, but I forgot to bring a charger with me, a converter adapter, so pretty much all my batteries are nearly dead. My phone is almost dead, my laptop is dead, and my Osmo, I have 1 battery left, so that should give me about 30 minutes worth of filming. So yeah, let the day begin. Trying to conserve batteries meant using Jihe's GoPro, though at this point I did think that Korea and technology had a grudge against me.
많은 분들이 서 계실 때는 그냥 넘깁니다. 저 뒤에까지 소리도 잘.
So out in the middle of nowhere in South Korea, we found France. I was reading some things in Korean because I speak Korean now. So in the Korea they were saying that the man, we shall call him Jean-Claude Chouet. He was a very rich man, a very, very rich man, and decided he wanted to travel the world. When he went to France, he fell in love with it so much that he wanted to share it with his people. So he came back to Korea and decided to build this place for all the world to see. Sorry, Benny.
After doing some research, it would seem my information was about as bad as my French accent. The park was actually built in 2008. Yeah.
I think it is a very beautiful place. You know, we are in Korea and we are also in France at the same time. It's amazing.
The architecture is heavily reminiscent of a small French town, however the same cannot be said for the food. And the entertainment? But besides marionettes and corn dogs, there were some unbelievable antique collections and demonstrations throughout the day that made the trip worthwhile.
So now we go on to the next place. Au revoir!
After this we headed to Nami Island, just a couple of minutes down the road. However, what I had been dreading all day finally happened and I did run out of batteries. There were some trees, we had a barbecue, I might have had a steamed bun, it was a good time.